Hey, I'm Pete Smith from Aerobics First. We're going to talk to you today a little bit about winter running. Benefits of winter running. So, winter's a long time. It can be pretty tough here in Nova Scotia. Lots of bad weather. We don't want to be cooped up all day indoors. So it's good to get outside, see that sunlight. Running's a good way to socialize with people, which can often be missed during the winter. It's just a really good way to stay active, pass the winter, and enjoy yourself at the same time. There are a few downfalls of winter running. We've got to be a little bit more prepared. We've got to warm up a little bit more, get those muscles nice and activated before we go out there. We've got to think about the weather conditions. Is it a little bit cold? Do I have enough layers on? If I'm too hot, I can take one off. Is there a bit of ice on the road? Do I need a bit more traction? So we can't just jump out the door and go for a run. We really have to put just a bit more thought into when we're going out. When we're thinking about footwear, we want to think, is there ice on the road? Do I need a little bit more traction on? Sometimes our summer shoes will do the job if the city's been out salting and keeping it dry. But if it's a bit more slick, maybe we want to have a think about maybe putting a trail shoe on. It's going to have a little bit more of a tacky sole, a bit more grip on there, going around some corners. It's just going to give you a bit more traction. If it's a bit worse, a bit more ice in there, we could look at some traction devices. We have yak tracks. We have some grips that just slip on over your regular shoes, make running through the winter nice and easy, and keep you from falling down and missing days of work. Much like footwear, we've got to think a little bit more about our clothing when winter running in Nova Scotia. You know there's going to be wind, it's going to be pretty cold, there could be ice on the ground, you know, all the winter elements. So we want to layer a bit more. We don't want to have just one layer of clothing on. We're going to start cool, and as we progress through our run, we might warm up, so we want to take one layer of clothing off. So it's nice to have at least a base layer on and a mid layer on. Then on those colder days, a warmer layer on top of that as well. I find a big thing is a nice good pair of merino wool socks, going to keep your feet nice and warm. Often our road shoes have got nice breathable mesh on there, and that can affect our toes. So the warmer we stay, the longer we're going to stay out there in the winter. As we all know, Halifax is becoming a more and more busy town. Lots of cars around, dark evenings, dark mornings. You know, we're still working, so we've got to get our runs in when we can, and it's often dark. We want to be very visible when we're running. We want to be able to see ourselves, and we also want others to see us. We sell lots of products like the night vest, which is a glow-up LED vest. Be seen from 360 degrees, super visible, even has a little torch on the front so you can see where you're going. But we also have reflective vests, reflective armbands, also headlamps so you can see where you're going, especially if you're down in Point Pleasant Park or somewhere. There's the odd route we don't want to trip up and stuff. So big key is being visible and being seen at the same time. In the summer, we're fueling, we're keeping hydrated. We know we're sweating a lot, so we're making sure we're on top of our nutrition and hydration. It's easy to skip that in the winter, but you still got a couple layers on, you're working hard, you're doing some intervals down on marginal road. You still want to be hydrating, you want to be using electrolytes. If you're running over an hour, we still want to be fueling. Although you might feel like you're not losing as much sweat, you're still sweating, so you want to look after your body the same as you would in the summer. A big part of winter running for me is the social aspect. I love getting out and running with people, and here in Halifax we're really lucky. We have lots of good run clubs that run all year round. We have the North End Runners, the Halifax Run Club, Bedford Runners, Easy Breezy Run Club. If you want to get on the trails, the Halifax Hares, Nova Scotia Trail Running, as well as the Halifax Trail Runners. It's a big part of the community here. We also host a monthly bagel run, so you can come and run with us on a cold Sunday morning. And if you have any more questions about running, clubs or anything, we're here at Aerobics First to help you get out in the winter, the summer, all year round.